John Taylor never thought a simple moment of joy could quietly evolve into heartbreak. At 75, John was a retired accountant, always meticulous and caring. Every Sunday, his young grandson, Ethan, would rush into his arms as soon as he walked through the door. But recently, things seemed different. Ethan stayed close to his mother, shying away from hugs, scrunching his face when John tried to kiss his forehead. One afternoon, John overheard his grandson whisper, "Grandpa smells funny," while tugging at his mom's sleeve. That evening, John sat by his bedroom window long after everyone else had gone to bed. He gazed at his hands, clean and well-maintained, just as they'd always been. He bathed regularly. His clothes were fresh. How could this be happening? John's experience is not unique. Many seniors begin to sense an invisible distance growing between them and their loved ones. Family members open windows quietly. People inch away when they think no one is watching. You might chalk it up to overthinking, but John's story hints at something more profound, something few ever discuss. As we age, our bodies go through natural changes that affect our scent, and surprisingly, most seniors are unaware of this shift. It's not about neglecting hygiene. It's not about being unclean. It's a result of subtle changes, reduced sweat, altered skin oils, and dry mouths, that create a distinctive odor. One that grandchildren notice, even if we don't. John didn't want to lose that closeness with his family. So, he began to quietly research and learn. He soon realized this issue is widespread, affecting nearly everyone over 60. And more importantly, he discovered it can be addressed. In the video you're about to watch, you'll learn what John learned. How to gently and effectively care for your body in ways that help minimize this specific scent, all without needing expensive products or complicated routines. It's not just about smelling better, it's about regaining confidence. It's about having your grandchild sit on your lap without hesitation. It's about no longer feeling the sting of someone stepping back from you. It's about rediscovering warmth, closeness, and joy. So, if any part of John's story feels familiar, stick around. The tips that follow may seem simple, but they've helped thousands like him restore their sense of dignity and connection. And if you know someone who might benefit from this, someone wondering why they feel that subtle distance or awkward silence, share this video with them. It might just change more than their scent, it could transform how they see themselves. Before we begin, please hit the like button, subscribe for more empowering health advice tailored for older adults, and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip that could help you or someone you care about. Let's get started. Margaret Harris, 80, had always taken pride in her cleanliness. She followed a strict morning routine, taking a bath and spritzing herself with her favorite lavender perfume. But one evening, after dinner, she noticed her son quietly opening all the windows in the house. She overheard him telling his wife, "Mom's room has that smell again." Margaret was left in stunned silence that night, feeling both confused and hurt. She had thought the perfume would help, but it only masked the underlying issue and made things worse. Like many seniors, Margaret didn't realize that aging brings about subtle changes, like reduced sweat, altered skin oils, and dry mouth, all contributing to a unique odor. It wasn't about poor hygiene, it was a natural process. Using perfume to cover it up didn't solve the problem. In fact, it only made it worse, layering scent upon scent, creating an unbearable mix for both her and those around her. To break this quiet cycle of discomfort, it's crucial to understand where the odor actually comes from. Only then can we take steps that truly work. Margaret had always kept her surroundings tidy, fresh clothes, clean sheets, and daily showers. But no matter how much she tried, the comments kept coming, gentle, subtle, but still painful. One day, her granddaughter recoiled during a hug. Another time, her neighbor opened a window when she visited. Margaret couldn't help but wonder what she was missing. Determined to find out, she began researching and discovered something surprising. As we age, our bodies go through changes that affect how we smell. The first change is a significant drop in sweat production after 60. While this might seem like a good thing, it's not. Sweat helps to flush out toxins, and without it, those toxins stay on the skin, feeding odor-causing bacteria. It's like never taking out the trash, the smell builds up over time. The second change involves sebum, the natural oils on your skin. As we age, the composition of sebum shifts, producing a compound called tuninol. This compound has a distinct, musty odor that doesn't exist in younger people. It begins to appear around the age of 50 and peaks around 70. This is the main culprit behind what people often refer to as the old person smell. The third factor is dry mouth. Saliva helps keep the mouth clean by flushing out bacteria, but after 60, older adults produce much less saliva. This dry mouth becomes a breeding ground for odor, even with regular brushing. Finally, Margaret understood that this wasn't about neglecting cleanliness, it was simply biology. But the good news was, once she understood what was happening, she knew exactly what to do. If you're still with us and some of this resonates with you, know that you're not alone. These changes are natural, but they don't have to be permanent problems. There are simple, effective ways to manage them and regain your confidence. Let us know you're here by dropping a 1 in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for more practical videos like this. Simple, straightforward tips to help you live a longer, healthier life, closer to the people who matter most. Let's move forward together. For years, James Parker tried every soap, spray, and powder on the market, but the subtle glances from his daughter-in-law never seemed to change. One day, she opened a window without saying a word, and it struck him deeply. He was tired of quick fixes that never lasted. That's when he found something different, easy steps that didn't cost him a dime but made a world of difference. James decided to give it a shot. Within just a week, he noticed a shift. The tension in the air eased. His grandson hugged him without hesitation. His confidence began to return. That's when he realized that sometimes the answer isn't buying more products, but adopting better habits. Here's what James followed. These steps are simple, gentle, and grounded in how the body naturally changes with age. They're not miracles, but if practiced regularly, they can create a real impact. Step 1. Drink warm water regularly. It may seem too simple, but warm water is one of the most effective tools your body has. It helps flush out toxins through urine, reducing odor from the inside out. The key is consistency. James began with just 1 glass every morning, and that alone made him feel fresher. Over time, he worked up to 6 glasses a day, 1 after waking, 1 before and after lunch, 1 in the afternoon, 1 before dinner, and 1 before bed. His tip: set reminders based on your meals and daily routines. And don't count coffee or tea, they can dehydrate you. If you drink coffee, add an extra glass of water to stay balanced. Step 2. Take a walk in the sunlight. James wasn't one to exercise much, but a neighbor recommended a short walk just after sunrise. He tried it and never looked back. A light walk in the early morning or late afternoon sunlight does more than just stretch your legs, it helps your body sweat gently, flushing out toxins. Sunlight also kills odor-causing bacteria on the skin naturally. Even just 10 to 20 minutes made a noticeable difference. Step 3. Shower with care. James always took showers, but he soon learned that the way you bathe is just as important as bathing itself. Hot water can strip your skin's natural oils, worsening odor. He switched to warm, not hot, water and started soaking in a bath once a week at around 100 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. This opened his pores and softened his skin, allowing built-up grime to wash away. The result? His skin felt smoother, and the scent his family once noticed began to fade. These 3 habits, drinking water, walking in sunlight, and taking care in the shower, became James's daily routine. They didn't require any fancy products, just intention, consistency, and care. Stick to these habits, and like James, you may notice a change not only in how you smell but in how others respond to you. The laughter returns, the hugs last longer. But this is just the start. Because there's still one more secret that made all the difference. For years, Margaret Carter believed she was doing everything right. She bathed daily, used soap, and spritzed perfume. Yet, her once close granddaughter seemed more distant lately. Their hugs became shorter, and there were whispers about smells behind closed doors. Margaret felt confused and quietly devastated. One afternoon, her neighbor, a wise older woman with a warm smile, leaned in and shared, "Margaret, I went through the same thing. It's not about being unclean. It's about missing the right places." That simple sentence changed everything. Spot 1. Skin folds. Margaret had always rushed through her showers but never paid close attention to the little creases behind her ears, under her breasts, in her armpits, belly button, and even behind her knees, areas where sweat and bacteria can easily build up. These folds can trap odor if left unattended. Now, Margaret gently scrubs each of these areas with a soft cloth, taking care to be consistent. She avoids harsh rubbing and focuses on being thorough. Within just a few days, she began to feel fresher. Her granddaughter even snuggled up with her again for movie night. Spot 2. Hair-covered areas. Margaret had been washing her hair, but she realized she'd never massaged her scalp properly. Now, she takes the time to gently massage her scalp with slow, circular motions under warm water. She also gives extra attention to cleaning under her arms and around her torso. The difference was noticeable. Her daughter remarked, "Mom, your room smells like you again, just like you, not something else." Spot 3. Eye sweat zones. Margaret had never considered her feet a source of the issue, but they were part of the problem. Now, she carefully scrubs between her toes, dries her feet thoroughly, and changes her socks every day. She opts for cotton socks and lets her shoes air out overnight. Her living room now smells fresher, and she feels more confident when inviting guests over. Margaret didn't buy expensive products. She didn't need to. All she did was change how she bathed and where she focused her attention. She now uses warm, not hot, water, a gentle soap, and avoids strong fragrances. After each shower, she moisturizes her skin to prevent dryness and flaking, especially in the colder months. Once a week, she soaks in warm water to relax and draw out deeper residue. It's not a magical solution, but it works. If you're still with us, maybe it's your time too. Try these 3 steps. In just 1 week, you might notice a shift, not only in how you smell but in how you feel around the people you love. As for Frank, he never imagined that food could impact the way he smelled. I shower. I wash my clothes. So why do I still feel self-conscious? He wondered one day at his local community center. What he didn't expect was how much his diet and even his toothbrush could change everything. 1. Incorporate more colorful fruits and vegetables into your diet. Samuel discovered that eating foods packed with antioxidants helped reduce internal oxidation, one of the leading causes of age-related odors. He began adding apples and tomatoes to his daily meals, simple, budget-friendly options. Within just a few weeks, his daughter noticed the change. "You seem fresher," she remarked, which made Samuel smile. Other foods like berries, red grapes, buckwheat, and brown rice are also rich in antioxidants. The brighter the color of the food, the greater the benefit. 2. Increase your intake of hydrating fruits. Barbara had always struggled to drink enough water, but when she started adding cucumbers and watermelon to her meals, she noticed she felt lighter and, surprisingly, smelled fresher. These hydrating fruits help flush out toxins through urine, often without you even realizing it. If eating vegetables seems like a task, try blending them into a quick smoothie in the morning. It can be a game changer. 3. Boost your oral hygiene routine. Janet believed that brushing twice a day was sufficient, but her breath told a different story. She now scrapes her tongue every morning, a tip she learned from a friend. At first, it felt uncomfortable, but now she can't imagine starting her day without it. Her breath feels fresher, and her confidence has grown. Tongue scrapers are affordable and effective, and sugar-free gum with xylitol can help stimulate saliva and keep your mouth balanced after meals. 4. Cut back on coffee and alcohol. Matthew loved his morning coffee and enjoyed a glass of whiskey in the evening, but he didn't realize that both were drying him out from the inside, which contributed to his body odor. He didn't give them up entirely. He simply swapped 1 cup of coffee for roasted barley tea and made sure to stay hydrated with water throughout the day. "I still enjoy my routine," he said, "but I don't smell like a bar anymore." 5. Take care of your digestive health. Angela had dealt with constipation for years, assuming it was just a part of aging. However, she never connected it to the strange sour smell she noticed. Once she added more fiber-rich foods like oats and steamed vegetables, her digestion improved, and so did her overall well-being. Constipation leads to a buildup of waste that is released through the skin when the digestive system is sluggish. Addressing this can significantly reduce unwanted odors. These small lifestyle changes aren't about achieving perfection. They're about supporting your body to work in harmony with you, not against you. If you're still here, consider it a sign. Start with one of these habits, see how you feel, and gradually incorporate others. Your health and confidence are worth the effort. If this video resonated with you or taught you something new, leave a comment with the number 2 below to let us know you're still with us. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss more helpful tips on how to live and feel better. Many people don't realize that their clothing and bedding could be the hidden cause of that persistent odor often linked to aging. For 72-year-old Thomas Williams, this was a revelation. He kept a daily hygiene routine with soap and lotion, but he noticed his grandchildren were increasingly reluctant to hug him. One day, his daughter quietly suggested it might be time to replace his worn-out pillowcases. Thomas learned that, even with regular bathing, neglecting the things that come into direct contact with our skin can contribute to unwanted smells. The first step is to examine your clothing. Fabrics absorb sweat, oils, and skin cells, especially in warmer weather. Re-wearing clothes, even for just a couple of days, can lead to bacteria buildup. Thomas now ensures he changes his shirts and undergarments every day. He also switched to breathable cotton fabrics that are better at wicking moisture away compared to synthetic materials. Next, take a look at your bedding. We spend a significant portion of our lives in bed, but many older adults wash their sheets infrequently, sometimes just once a month. Over time, your bed can absorb oils and odors. Thomas now changes his pillowcases at least twice a week and his sheets weekly. He also dries them in the sun when possible, which naturally helps eliminate bacteria. Don't overlook your shoes and socks. Feet sweat more than we realize, especially when confined to the same shoes every day. Thomas learned to rotate his shoes regularly and used a bit of baking soda inside them to absorb moisture. He also switched to fresh cotton socks every day, which made a noticeable difference. Lastly, pay attention to the air in your home. Poor ventilation can trap odors. Thomas now opens his windows twice a day, for 10 minutes each time, once in the morning and again in the evening. It's a simple habit, but it makes his entire home feel fresher. You don't need expensive products or complicated routines to improve how you smell. Just a few small changes in how you care for your clothes, bedding, and home can significantly affect how others perceive you and how you feel about yourself. To summarize, the distinctive smell associated with aging doesn't come from a lack of hygiene, it stems from overlooked daily habits. Dry skin, reduced sweat, oxidized skin oils, a dry mouth from decreased saliva, low water intake, poor diet, and infrequent washing of clothes or bedding all contribute to the issue. The good news is that consistent, small changes can make a big difference. Drink 6 cups of warm water each day, take gentle walks in the morning sunlight, focus on cleaning those areas that sweat more or grow hair, include antioxidant-rich foods like berries and garlic in your meals, brush and clean your tongue daily, change your underwear every day, wash your sheets weekly, and open your windows twice a day to refresh the air. These simple shifts in your habits can lead to a cleaner, lighter, and more confident version of yourself, just like it did for Thomas. Now, let me tell you about Clara, 65 years old. She used to avoid sitting close to her grandchildren during movie nights, always feeling self-conscious about whether they could smell something she couldn't. After a few months of following these routines, everything changed. Her granddaughter ran up, gave her a big hug, and said, "Grandma, you smell so fresh, like a garden." That moment filled Clara's heart with joy. You deserve moments like that too. If this video inspired you or made you realize something new, please hit the like button and subscribe for more practical tips like these. And most importantly, share this video with someone who might be quietly dealing with the same issue. Before you leave, I'd love to know, what's one thing you're going to start doing today? Drinking more water, focusing on those often overlooked spots? Share it in the comments. Your story might just inspire someone else. Thank you for joining us, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.